When we look at the global geopolitical situation of 2023, certain notable occurrences and changes stand out. The year 2023 is concluding with significant events happening worldwide. India's prominence is highlighted as it assumes a crucial role on the global stage, transitioning from being a member of the G20 to hosting the prestigious summit in New Delhi. The war between Russia and Ukraine, which commenced in February 2022 and escalated with greater intensity and continued into the year of 2023, became the first diplomatic challenge of the year. However, New Delhi's clever move to strengthen its friendship with Moscow and to enter into large agreements with them, including oil trade without entangling Ukraine, the United States and the NATO alliance, has caught the attention of the media. India's policy of prioritizing national interests and navigating international relations with wisdom was well received. On February 6, 2023, India played a significant role in providing humanitarian aid to Turkey and Syria after a destructive earthquake struck the Mediterranean region. The collaborative rescue operation, named Operation Dost, executed by both the Indian Air Force and the National Disaster Response Force, has received international acclaim for its swift and effective response. Within a short span after the disaster, India promptly delivered substantial amounts of food and medicine to both Turkey and Syria. On April 15, 2023, when the conflict between its forces in Sudan turned into a big civil war, India initiated Operation Kaveri to evacuate its citizens from the rebellious land. This mission lasted for about 11 days and around 4,000 Indians were brought back. According to Prime Minister Modi's instructions, Operation Kaveri, involving India's naval and air forces, along with special unit commandos, is a military intervention by an Asian superpower in African geopolitics. During the Quad Summit held in Hiroshima, Japan, on May 20 of 2023, the member states issued a statement praising New Delhi's leadership in the Indo-Pacific region and acknowledging the importance of India in this alliance. The discussion covered China's military deployments across Asia and its attempts to invade Taiwan. The Quad positioning itself to offer full support to New Delhi amid the challenging Sino-Indian relationship, and Taiwan's willingness to move closer to India as a robust counterforce to China, underscores India's substantial influence on the global power map. In July 2023, India also intervened in Central Asian geopolitics by supplying arms to the former Soviet Republic of Armenia. Although critics have described it as an indirect move by New Delhi in the current Armenia-Azerbaijan war, the Armenian government's announcement that they are committed to buy $1 billion worth of additional arms from India has been interpreted as a sign that they are not backing down.
The BRICS conference held at Johannesburg on August 22 to 24, 2023 was literally declaring India as superpower.
Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi, representing the concept of Global South, warned the United States and Europe that India has a great place in the group of 5 nations that can influence the future of the world. To add to this, India's lunar exploration probe Vikram lander made history by landing on the south pole of the moon, which highlighted the glory of New Delhi in BRICS. The inclusion of nations like Egypt, UAE, Saudi Arabia, Argentina, Iran and Ethiopia, which are very friendly to India and have similar positions on common diplomatic policies, have increased our strength in BRICS. New Delhi's hosting of the prestigious Group of 20, G20, summit on September 2023, marked a significant milestone in its global leadership this year at the World Summit.
India's initiation of the African Union's inclusion in the G20 acknowledged Prime Minister Modi's leadership in speaking up for developing nations.
The economic corridor that connects India with Europe through West Asia has brought New Delhi to a wide range of trade opportunities.
On the 3rd of October, 2023, New Delhi conveyed a letter to Toronto to withdraw 40 diplomats from the Canadian Embassy in India, which has moved India-Canada relations to an unstable level.
This was in the wake of the worsening situation following their allegations that Indian agents were behind the mysterious deaths of some Khalistan activists based in Canada and India's counter-accusation that Canada was protecting anti-Indian forces.
India adopted an assertive policy to counter the accusations of Canada with robust arguments.
The subsequent developments demonstrated the effectiveness of India's firm stance. India's strategic acumen was evident in its handling of the conflict that erupted in West Asia after the multi-pronged attack by Hamas on the southern parts of Israel on the 7th of October 2023. India criticized Hamas's actions but refrained from endorsing Israel's retaliatory measures. Furthermore, by providing humanitarian aid to the Gaza Strip, despite Tel Aviv's destruction, India successfully conveyed to the Arab world that its long-standing Palestinian policy remained unchanged. This diplomatic approach significantly elevated New Delhi's standing in the Middle East. As the Hamas-Israel conflict escalates, Yemeni rebels, allied with Hamas, launched attacks on Israeli-affiliated ships navigating the Red Sea on November 9, 2023, disrupting international maritime traffic through the Suez Canal. This development raised significant concerns for India, heavily reliant on these maritime channels for foreign trade. As a considerable amount of India's imported crude oil from Russia traverses the Strait of Aden, the blockade by Houthi rebels posed a serious threat to India's economic interests. In response, New Delhi took swift action, deploying 4 of the nation's premier warships to the eastern side of the Red Sea on December 24, 2023. This move sent a clear signal that India is prepared to address the situation militarily if necessary. In summary, as 2023 concludes, India stands at the forefront of critical global decisions, marking a pivotal year for the nation. It's essential to emphasize that this moment is a response to detractors who, in the past, sought to diminish India with unfounded claims.
Looking forward, this is the time for a realized India, a beacon of hope for every citizen who cherishes this spirit.
Jai Hind.